What if I told you the very thing you believe builds intimacy could be silently destroying it? Too many men, good men, go all in emotionally, thinking full transparency is the key to closeness. They open up. They reveal every scar, every shame, every fear. And then they watch as the woman they love slowly pulls away. Sound familiar? You gave your heart, and in return, you got distance, coldness, confusion. You were honest, so why didn't it work? Because there's a truth no one told you. Emotional exposure without boundaries doesn't build connection. It dissolves attraction. That's the silent trap. But here's the good news. Today you're going to learn 5 powerful disciplines every man must master if he wants respect, admiration, and deep connection. You'll discover how Stoic restraint creates strength, how mystery magnetizes attraction, and why guarding your essence isn't deception, it's power. You're not here to beg for love. You're here to become the kind of man love is drawn to, quietly, consistently, and willingly. Let's begin. Let's get one thing straight. Vulnerability isn't weakness. But unfiltered, uncontrolled vulnerability, that's emotional self-destruction. Imagine this. A man shares his deepest fear with a woman. Abandonment, inadequacy, some old wound that never healed. At first, she listens, maybe even sympathizes. But over time, her gaze shifts, her energy changes, and one day she starts pulling back. Not out of cruelty, but because she no longer sees strength. She sees fragility. Here's what most men don't understand. Women admire courage, not confession. When your openness sounds like a cry for reassurance, the dynamic shifts. You're no longer the man who leads with quiet strength. You become the man she must emotionally manage. And that's not attractive. So guard your center. Let your strength be seen. Let your wounds be known only to those who have earned it over time. Powerful men speak with calm, not desperation. Share your story, but never hand someone the pen. Money. It's the silent judge in every relationship. Say too little and she wonders if you're hiding something. Say too much and the game changes fast. Picture this. A man casually mentions his investment portfolio on the second date. She smiles, seems impressed. But now the dynamic shifts. Suddenly, her expectations aren't about him. They're about what he can provide. Generosity becomes assumption. Her curiosity, gone. Because mystery just became math. On the flip side, if you admit you're struggling financially, you risk being seen as a project, not a partner. Either way, you've made money the centerpiece of attraction, and that's a mistake. Here's the truth. Your financial life should be handled with discretion, not disclosure. It's not about hiding. It's about protecting the space where genuine connection forms, without calculation. Let her be drawn to your character, not your bank balance. Stay grounded. Stay quiet. Let your life speak louder than your wallet. Predictability is comfortable, but attraction doesn't thrive on comfort. It thrives on tension, on curiosity, on the unknown. Think of this. A man lays out his entire playbook to a woman. Every goal, every intention, every plan, like a map with no locked doors. At first, she's intrigued, but quickly, something changes. Her questions vanish. Her wonder fades. Why? Because there's nothing left to discover. You see, when a man broadcasts every move, he becomes too available, too explainable, too expected. And expectation kills excitement. A man of presence doesn't narrate his journey. He simply walks it. He lets results speak. He lets timing surprise. He acts with calm conviction and explains later, if ever. This isn't manipulation. It's magnetism. It's the art of silence in a world that overshares. Be strategic. Be fluid. Let her chase your mystery, not your itinerary. Here's a bitter truth most men don't learn until it's too late. The moment you need her more than she needs you, the attraction begins to die. Imagine this: a man falls in love. Hard. He starts texting constantly, calling daily, saying things like, "I can't live without you." At first, she feels special, but soon that affection becomes pressure. What once felt romantic now feels heavy, and the more he clings, the more she pulls away. Why? Because love built on survival isn't love. It's emotional dependency. And that's a weight no woman wants to carry. Love her deeply, but from a place of wholeness, not desperation. Don't let her become your emotional oxygen. A man grounded in himself doesn't fear distance. He respects space. Women don't want to be your lifeline. They want to be your choice. Stand firm, love strong, but never lose yourself in the process. Not every chapter of your story needs to be read aloud, especially not on the first few pages. Visualize this: a man feeling open and honest, confesses all his past mistakes. Every broken relationship, every moral misstep, every regret. He wants to show her that he's real, that he's accountable. But what he doesn't see is how quickly he shifts from intriguing to overwhelming. She nods, she listens. But quietly she starts asking herself, what else don't I know? Or worse, can I trust this? Here's the reality: oversharing your past doesn't build trust, it builds doubt. Not because you're bad, but because too much too soon creates emotional burden, not intimacy. A wise man shares with intention, not impulse. He knows that mystery isn't deception, it's discretion. He understands that some lessons are meant to guide him, not define him to others. Let your strength show, not your scars. Speak less, mean more. Let's take a step back. You've just discovered 5 powerful ways to protect your dignity, build deeper respect, and inspire real attraction. Not by oversharing, but by mastering emotional discipline. When you hide your deepest weakness, you keep your core untouchable. When you guard your financial truth, you prevent the relationship from becoming transactional. When you never reveal your next move, you stay intriguing. When you avoid emotional dependence, you love with strength, not survival. And when you conceal parts of your past, you honor your growth without making it a burden. These aren't games, this is self-mastery. The art of restraint isn't about control, it's about preserving your presence, creating a space where trust grows naturally, where respect isn't begged for, it's given freely. Judging others yields absolutely no improvement. Mindfulness always takes real awareness. Navigating social changes requires intentional persistence too. This is how you become a man of quiet power, a presence that doesn't plead, but one that pulls. If this resonated with you, it's time to take the next step. You're not meant to be the man who overshares to feel seen. You're meant to be the man who stands tall in silence and still gets noticed. So, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment with what you've learned, and share this with a friend who's still pouring out his soul and getting nothing in return. Become the man she's drawn to, not because you exposed everything, but because you didn't have to.